Welcome to Retirement with Jim. So today, retirement planning in today's environment. So before we get started, if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Helps the channel grow. If you like the video, please hit the like button. And of course, leave comments. Love to hear from you. So let's get started. So retirement planning in today's world. It's a far different scenario than maybe what it's been in the past. So confidence is down 7% since 2024. And a lot of that is really just due to higher prices, cost of goods, the tariffs, the inflation overall. So the price of goods and services is, causing people to, really have to look at, what they can afford, what they can't afford. So healthcare, for instance, healthcare, you're gonna spend $165,000 over your lifetime, and so are you prepared? Do you have, healthcare, long-term healthcare, and that's looking at facilities that you may need to get that long-term healthcare from. So with that kind of money, are you well budgeted? Are you prepared for it? A lot of people don't think about the healthcare. They're like, I'm healthy, I'm in good shape, but they maybe aren't thinking about what's their longevity, what's their family history. Got to give that some real serious consideration when you are planning, because if you don't plan for that, it can be quite devastating. Getting help. There are a lot of ways to get help as you plan. You can use a lot of available online calculators. There's plenty of them. They can really help and be very useful. So you can start on your own, or you can choose to get help from a CFP, a Certified Financial Planner, and that's not a bad way to go. Just make sure that if you do with a planner, that you are not signing on for a percentage of what's in your retirement portfolio. You're signing on for a fee based, and all the fees are upfront, and you know what you're going to pay. It's not a bad way to go. They're really should be looking out for your best interest. So along with that is the income sources. Where's your money coming from? Your pension, which not too many out there anymore, 401k, Social Security, any kind of passive income, annuities, maybe you have some investments or rental property. What do you have that is, from an income standpoint, that's going to be used to support you, in retirement? And what will I spend in the future? A lot of people have trouble with this because it's like, they're like, I don't have a crystal ball. Of course, nobody does. But you have to think about, okay, and really what it comes down to is, if you are someone who's budgeted now, then it's not hard to sit down and look at your future self and put together a retirement budget. And that's a great way to at least have a starting foundation for what you're going to spend in retirement. And you have to consider things like, you planning on traveling, so are you going to include a travel budget? So what are you going to do, in terms of, getting ready? And especially today, in today's world, you got to plan, because the cost of everything is just really playing havoc. That's the reason that, from 2024, that the confidence level is down by 7%. People are just not so on board with going, oh man, can I do this? It makes them wonder. So 401k plans, your employer plans. If you are under 50 years old, you can contribute up to $23,500 a year. Those are pre-tax dollars. unless you put your money into a Roth and you pay your taxes up front. That's a really good way to go, because you're not going to know what your taxes are going to be when you retire. You have to assume that to some degree they're going to be higher. Um, if you are 50 years old or older, between 50 and 60, you can contribute $7,000 more, $31,000 a year into your 401k. And if you are 60 to 63, you can contribute 34,750. Now these are nice catch-up dollars. They really help boost that fund, and you can really make some headway especially if you haven't, been really super serious about investing, or you just wanted to really just push the margin and get as much money into that account as you can before you retire. And if your company doesn't have an employer plan, then, which in many cases they're not out there and available for everyone, you can still save up to $7,000 in a traditional IRA per year. And again, you can get catch-up contributions on the traditional for IRAs also, based on age. But either way, you have options. So whether you have a plan that your work has, or you don't, and you're just putting it into an IRA, you still have a way to save. The key to that, of course, is all about planning. You got to be thinking about your future. You got to be thinking about what you're going to spend, what you think you're going to spend, and start, preparing now. The quicker you take and get a plan in place, the better off you are, and you are likely to have at least a lot more confidence in your ability to retire, even in today's higher priced markets, with everything out there. So tell me what you think, what your thoughts are. How's your planning going? Let me know in the comments below. So with that, I'm going to tell you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.